if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram or all those other social network things that I have, then you'll know that I went to Italy earlier this month. I went with my brother Bing and my good friend Mandy, and we were there for 2 weeks. This wasn't a holiday, this was actually a work trip. We were there to teach. I know it sounds weird getting English people to teach Italian teenagers, but the whole point of the program was to help the kids improve their English. So getting English teachers made sense. The basic structure of the 2-week course was that in the mornings the students had English lessons, and in the afternoons they had lessons in a creative subject that they chose beforehand from a list. All in English. They weren't supposed to be speaking Italian at all, although most of them did. Sneaky little things. The afternoon choices were sports, music, performing arts, events management and filmmaking. Mandy was in charge of the events management course and me and Bing were doing filmmaking, and they had to get 2 of us because so many people signed up for it that we had to have 2 classes. So yeah. At my current age of 21, I did not imagine myself teaching teenagers, some of whom were only 3 years younger than me. I had a classroom, I had lesson plans, I'm still a student myself. Life is interesting sometimes. I've worked with children quite a lot over the past few years, but when I say children, I mean children. Some of the kids I've been working with over the past couple of weeks have been 3 years old. So this was a whole new territory for me. And in all of my experience working with younger children so far, I've always been the teaching assistant or the helper. I have never been the actual teacher. So this was my first ever experience of being the teacher. So I was pretty terrified at first, but my brother helped me out a whole bunch and I had a lot of support from Mandy and all the other teachers, so I got through it and it was really fun and I really enjoyed teaching. And I was super proud of my students and the films they made, and that they got a picture of themselves and they print it out for me and they signed the back. And oh, if you guys are watching, I miss you. I do. You were great. Super great. Keep pulling those funny faces for me. So I've been pretty busy, and you might notice that the background is different, and that's because I moved house. Funnily enough, on the same day that I went to Italy, I moved in, dumped all of my stuff, and then my dad drove me to the airport. And 2 weeks later, I came back to a room full of boxes and suitcases and bags. And neither of my housemates are here because they've both gone home for the summer, but I had to stay because I've been working. Being in the house on my own has been alright. I've gone out a few times, seen some friends, it's been fun. But the main problem is that I haven't got any internet yet. You can see why that would be problematic for me. Which means I've been watching a lot of DVDs and I've been getting through Buffy the Vampire Slayer quite rapidly. It also means frequent trips to Starbucks so I can mooch off their Wi-Fi, but also tasty drinks and food and stuff. But the main issue with going into town from this house is that it's almost a half-an-hour walk, and we live in a very hilly area and I'm very unfit. So it's not too fun. Also, the house is up a bunch of stairs from the road and it's got 3 floors and I'm on the top floor. So stairs, so many stairs. Stairs are not my friends. But I'm going to visit home next week, and because we live so far out, we can only really get anywhere by car. So I can go back to my lazy lifestyle. Also, they have internet there. Just a quick note to say that next weekend from the 8th to the 10th of August I will be attending Summer in the City, and on the Sunday I'm performing on the main stage at 4 o'clock, and I hope that you will come and support me if you're going to be there, because I'm nervous and excited. And also I will be selling merch. Woo, I'm so excited. I've got wristbands that say That Jenny Bee on one side, and on the other side they've got a little bee! And you can get blue ones, or you can get an orange one, or you can buy both if you really wanted to. And I hope you guys will like them as much as I do. I'm excited to meet a lot of you next weekend, and yeah, awesome. Oh.